Good evening and welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School Boys Basketball. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro, being joined by Phil Hill and Jim Allinder for tonight's game between East Brunswick and Madison Central. Jimmy, let me turn to you first. Madison Central, the visiting team, not much in terms of basketball.
Well, on paper, they don't look to be that much of a challenging team. They have a 2-12 record. Did have an opportunity to talk at length with the first-year coach, John Rake, and he tells me that there are about 4 or 5 games in which the Spartans lost by 1 and 2 points, a rebound here, a missed basket there, and easily you could be looking at a 500 club tonight. They do have some quality players, I'll tell you that much, and you can start with some experience of playing good competition from a lot of them having played baseball last year. Some names we're going to mention tonight are like Jimmy Carragher, who is one of the best pitchers in this area. He brings a winning attitude at least to the basketball court. He scored 26 points in a recent game, so he can score. But the big gun for Madison Central is Chris Weiss. He's a 6'4" player, plays a little center, forward, moves around, averages 17 points a game, 11 rebounds. Rake says that the focus of the offense is going to have to be Chris Weiss, and apparently they're going to try to go inside on East Brunswick. I don't know. That means they're going to have to go against Dwayne Taylor. I think they're in for a long evening, quite frankly.
And Phil, when we talk about Madison Central, East Brunswick, it's a natural rivalry that starts with football.
That's right.
But East Brunswick's hot, and they're looking real good.
East Brunswick is about as hot as you can get. They played a very good St. Joseph's team last week, and they beat them. We saw them here last against Woodbridge, where they played an outstanding game. Bo Henning has talked about the need for them to play better at a half-court game. They seemingly have established that. I think they're getting ready for the counties. I think they're getting ready for the states. They look like they're playing as well as you can expect. They did have one thing. I don't know how it's going to affect them this week, but one of their key players off the bench, Kyle Tenuro, decided that he wasn't getting enough playing time, and he's decided to pack it in. Really unfortunate for the Bears. I have a feeling, however, they'll be able to adjust because they are very deep.
Phil, any chance that East Brunswick lets down? They got a big game Friday, but they have Madison Central tonight. Then they play JFK, a non-conference game on Wednesday night, and then the big one Friday.
Well, I hope not. I'll tell you this. I talked to Madison Central coach earlier, John Rake, and he said that they've been in every game. They've lost several games by 2 points, 4 points, 3 points, and South Brunswick is the only team that's beaten them convincingly. So I don't think East Brunswick is going to look past them to Perth Amboy. Perth Amboy is a big game Friday night, but this team is mature. I think something Mark Harmon said in an article Jimmy did about mental toughness, and I think this team has mental toughness. They've been there before.
All right, as East Brunswick's improving, they come in 10-4, and we'll see how they do tonight against Madison Central. We'll be back with the start of the action in just a moment. Well, we're just about ready to get this game underway. Jim, you have the starting lineups.
Yeah, we'll do it real quick this time. For Madison, Jim Carragher, we mentioned, the 26-point scorer from a couple days ago. Number 21, Chris Weiss is number 23. Mike Jarashevitz, 43. Mark Saddam, number 20. And Frank Danino, number 13. Madison will substitute very freely. The usual starting lineup for East Brunswick with Brian Forte, number 32. Brett Charleston, number 30. Dwayne Taylor, 25. I don't see Ramon Trent starting tonight. I see Dave Fertig, 24, starting in his place. But that means nothing, John.
East Brunswick controls the tap. Back and forth, Charleston to Harmon, and a quick bucket by Charleston. East Brunswick's on top, 2-0.
And the full court press already.
Will be interesting to see exactly where Chris Weiss shoots. He's a good outside shooter, too, by the way.
Madison Central trying to get by the press. Outside shot, good by number 23. That's Chris Weiss. Nice touch.
Well, Jimmy, you're right on the money.
Forte over to Fertig. Charleston back to Forte as East Brunswick's Harmon will pump it off the rim. Controlled by the Spartans.
Now, Henning says that he is not going to match up Dwayne Taylor with Chris Weiss, and that could be more because Weiss likes to play outside. And they're going to keep Taylor inside as much as possible tonight.
Danino with the ball for Madison Central, driving inside. Shot by Jarashevitz is good. And Madison Central is on top, 4-2. Start of the action here from East Brunswick High School. Harmon by himself fakes, pumps, back out to Forte, who will take the shot. Short, follow-up by Charleston won't go. Taylor with the rebound and in.
Yeah, you say that Madison has not been out-rebounded. I think they're going to have some problems
According
tonight.
to Coach John Rake, he's all but one team. He's, I think that's South Brunswick. They out-rebounded.
Okay.
Madison Central stolen by Forte.
Nice
Pushed
pass.
down to Harmon. Up against the glass it goes.
And I tell you, nice move by Harmon. He actually tried to draw the foul there. Did not get it, though.
Right. Nice pass by Brian Forte.
6-4 East Brunswick on top. And they're pressing. Madison Central. Weiss, three-pointer. In and out. Harmon with the rebound. Across to Forte. East Brunswick on the run. Forte will keep it himself. Won't go. Pulled down by Madison Central. Danino will bring it up. Out to Carragher. And now they'll slow it down just a bit. First quarter action.
And the Bears are playing man-to-man.
Oh, a little push off
Inside
there.
to Weiss, blocked by Taylor. Madison Central will get it back.
I think Chris Weiss got away with a little bit of a push.
Inside to Weiss, he'll take the jumper. We're tied at 6.
I'll tell you, this Weiss is a fine-looking ball player, Jimmy.
Right, not shy about putting it up either. Well, he is the major focus of the offense for Madison.
Looking across court, Harmon still by himself going up against Weiss. Won't go. Charleston with the rebound. Back up and in. Good hustle by Brett Charleston underneath. East Brunswick on top 8-6. And the press ties up Danino, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Harmon.
Well, I'll tell you, John Rake, the coach for Madison Central, says that his team hasn't been able to handle the press very well this year at all. And so the East Brunswick Bears know that, and they have that full court press on from the beginning.
Danino up short against the rim. Taylor with the rebound. Looks for some help. Finally gets it to Forte. Looking for some help underneath. There's Harmon by himself. Nice fake and the foul. And they're going to call a travel against him.
Yeah, he took that little stutter step. Well, I'm looking at matchups here, and
Turnover. East Brunswick's got it. Forte by himself. And the Bears open up a 4-point lead, 10-6. It seems rather lethargic out there. We're used to a quick-tempoed East Brunswick team.
well, certainly this game is not to be compared with the opening we had against our last televised game with Woodbridge.
Taylor underneath now gets some help as Weiss will pump. Short. Charleston loses it.
Oh,
And East Brunswick will get it back.
that's unfortunate. Jarashevitz tried to pass the ball to Mark Saddam. Saddam seems to be, I don't want to call him a weak link, but Charleston has already been able to exploit 2 rebounds for baskets. And East Brunswick might try that routine again.
Inside to Taylor, a little turnaround is good. 12-6 the Bears now.
Well, I'll tell you, Sedan's not the normal starter for the Madison Central Spartans.
Stolen by Charleston. Just what you're talking about, Jim.
He just does not seem
No,
comfortable out there.
Troy Gledgowski usually starts in that position.
Turnover again. East Brunswick won't go this time.
That was a case of being a little too liberal.
Stolen by Fertig. And I think restolen back.
Weiss gets that basket, I believe.
Weiss has the basket. It's 14-8.
And you're right, John. It's not the most fluid of games.
Back door. Charleston tried to nonchalant it, missed it. Harmon keeps it alive. Having a little trouble controlling the ball, both teams at this point. Phil, you mentioned that Saddam isn't the starter.
He's not the normal starter. He's just won his way into the lineup recently. Usually, Troy Gledgowski is the starter. So, against a tougher team, Sedan may be feeling it.
Madison Central blocked away by Forte.
Right, saved the basket there. Looks like Carragher was heading right in on a cut.
Trent will come in now for Harmon. Dave Fertig starting in place of Ramon Trent.
Well, Dave Fertig had a nice game.
He had a great game against Woodbridge.
Yeah, 16 points.
Inside. Saddam with the shot. Jarashevitz on the rebound, blocked by Taylor to Trent.
Whoops.
East Brunswick still controls Forte, and they're going to call a foul on Danino.
And Taylor, what a force he's become in the middle there. That's his 75th block of the year, and as I've been saying all year, he needs a few more to bypass the great Greg Berliner with 83.
Greg Berliner at Lehigh University currently, but not playing.
Not playing though this year.
Yeah.
Trent. Underneath for Taylor, won't go. Rebound Saddam. Jarashevitz having a little trouble. No call. Puts it up, in and out. Forte finally pulls it down. Knocked away, but Fertig is there.
Whoops, nobody there.
No one over at that side.
Fertig was there, and then he wasn't. I alluded to the experience of the baseball players. I forgot to mention Madison Central was the Central Jersey Group 4 baseball champions last year and played in the state finals, losing to West New York. So Carragher is just a superb pitcher. He's going to go on a scholarship. This player you're looking at right there, 13, Frank Danino, is the starting second baseman. They just have a lot of talent that plays on this team. Joe Miller, we haven't seen him yet, number 11, is the starting first baseman.
Gershoff with the steal. He's new in the game to Trent, and Trent on the layup. So Gershoff comes off the bench. Good play by Taylor to break the fast break.
And we talked about how deep that East Brunswick bench is, and you see Gershoff coming in. The fact of the matter is, during that Woodbridge game, they didn't go very deep. Reisner didn't come in, nor Gershoff.
Right. Jarashevitz to Saddam, partially blocked by Taylor.
This is the game to substitute freely, though.
Harmon and Trent. Trent against the glass, and a foul on Danino.
Okay. So Trent gets the bucket. We talked about being deep in the bench area. I think the fact that Fertig started tonight is Bo Henning's move to get as much starting experience for a lot of his players. We noticed that, Trent started one game. Gershoff has already been in the game. Bo Henning has already said that he's going to use Mark Reisner a lot more. And Josh Restrate is going to probably see a lot of action. So 10 or 11 deep for East Brunswick.
Madison Central calls a timeout and gives us a chance to have you focus in on East Brunswick High School varsity cheerleaders. You see their backs. And Phil, I think, Jimmy, I think it's smart that in a game like this, well, certainly you don't take Madison Central for granted, but you want to give Gershoff, you want to give Reisner some playing time, Fertig. You may need to count on these young guys down the stretch.
Like I said at the top of the game, they're getting ready for the counties and the states, and you're going to need as much depth as you possibly can have. It's going to be ferocious.
Gershoff comes back out along with Trent, Harmon, Charleston, and Taylor. East Brunswick 5. Trent's at the line to try to convert three-point play. East Brunswick on top 18-8 and make that 19-8. East Brunswick continues to press. Madison Central needs to get it across court. They do, finally, with Danino. Jarashevitz moving around there. Ball knocked away. Taylor has it.
I think the Bears have about 6 or 7 steals in this first period alone.
Gershoff to Harmon. East Brunswick moving the ball well. Nice pass from Trent to Taylor inside.
Ramon Trent looking one way, passing back the other.
This is East Brunswick at its best. They don't feel any pressure tonight. Call a travel in there, John.
Saddam having his trouble tonight.
And we may be seeing garbage time early, Phil.
Well, fun time, let's call it.
Okay.
East Brunswick on top, 21-8 with less than 40 seconds to go here in the first period. Nice move by Trent. Taylor having a hard time holding on to it. Trent underneath to Charleston. That back door still no good for Charleston. East Brunswick getting a little too cute there.
Too cute. One pass too many. The Spartans content to stay in a 1-2-2 zone now.
Well, Taylor takes a rest. So you have a different look here. Probably more speed team for East Brunswick.
Sedan by himself. They'll give it to him. 21-10 now. Trent, no one's staying with him. He's got the easy layup.
And seeing Trent on the lower end of the fast break is commonplace right now.
And that'll do it. First period here from East Brunswick. The Bears on top, 23-10 against Madison Central.
Yeah, good even scoring for the Bears. Charleston, Taylor, and Trent, each with 3 field goals. He had a free throw for Ramon Trent, so he, with 7 points, is the leading scorer in the game. And I believe, let's see, Chris Weiss has 3 field goals for 6 points to lead Madison Central. It's really been a lot of turnovers that have caused the problems for Madison Central, Phil.
You're right. You're right there. And John Rake, if you don't have a good ball handler, that's what you had to do in order to break the press. If you don't have an exceptional ball handler, you're going to have trouble. Looking at Bo Henning there, he's done an excellent job. And I think the point we made out before, you don't beat teams like Woodbridge, Perth Amboy, and St. Joe's in the last minute without having great mental toughness. And that's what the Bears appear to have right now.
Bill felt the other thing too, they're in a groove, and you know yourself when things are going well for you, the team's playing well, those baskets that usually would or the ball that would lip around and out falls in.
Exactly.
You got the mojo going, as they say. And they're hitting their peak at the right time, obviously. Steal, turnover, and they're going to call a double dribble.
Right. Ramon Trent put 2 hands on the ball, bringing it out.
You know, we're just starting the beginning of the second period, and already East Brunswick has played, I believe, 8 players. Only 3 more have not seen action. You kind of wonder how they're going to be able to keep the score down if things continue to go as it does.
Charleston on the steal. Harmon to Forte.
Nice, easy touch.
25-10. Start of the second period, as Jimmy said.
And they still have the press on.
And Phil, I got to believe that Bo still wants him to work that defense. He's not pleased with it, and that's why they continue to use it against a team like Madison Central.
10 seconds, John. Turnover again.
As a result of the pressure. Well, it's one of their strengths, and you got to use it. You got to refine it.
Gershoff looking underneath.
Oh, good
There's
pass.
Forte. Won't go. Nice play by Saddam to deny him.
Well, East Brunswick's just going to continue to pass underneath as long as that lane is available.
No harm, no foul.
Danino on the drive. Takes it. He's fouled by Gershoff.
Neither team in foul trouble. That's only the second team foul for East Brunswick. Gershoff has 1. Mark Harmon has the other. Danino has 2 fouls for Madison Central.
Danino will shoot 2 from the line. Hits the rim on the first. And connects on the second. 25-11 is our score. 7:16 remains in the second period. East Brunswick, Madison Central. East Brunswick having their way tonight. Trent won't go that time.
Ramon just a little too aggressive on the board.
3-pointer by Weiss won't go. Here comes Trent.
Oh.
And he's got everyone going which way.
I'll tell
Nice
you,
move.
a pigaboo hiding behind the,
Yeah, Weiss.
as if he was a blocker.
Weiss thought he was going to go inside. Ramon just kept on going down the right side.
You got to love watching him out there. And Madison Central getting just 1 shot inside, and they're going to call a travel against Forte.
Well, I think Brian slipped more than anything else. The whistle was too quick for him to even take a step.
And we got Furtick and Gershoff coming out. And Taylor and Furtick going in.
Jimmy, I got to ask, as we watch this play develop, where a Walsh or a Donnelly might be for Madison Central. Obviously, they don't have an interest in basketball.
Well, I know that Eddie Walsh had a commitment of visiting colleges and things of that nature. Eddie Walsh, we're talking about the quarterback for Madison Central. I believe he's going to be making a decision this week as to
easy layup, Forte to Trent, excuse
college.
me.
That's okay. Which college he's going to be going to. And as far as Brian Donnelly is concerned, I really haven't been on top of that situation. I should have asked that question of John Rake.
Ledowski having trouble against Taylor, and here we go. East Brunswick 3-on-1. Harmon rather to Forte, who saved it and knocked away by Madison Central.
I'll tell you, when you got speedsters, everything goes your way.
Harmon inbounds. It's 29-11, the Bears by 18. Forte inside the three-point zone makes it 31-11. Wire, and he's fouled by Fertig.
And make no mistake about it, the Bears would enjoy it greatly by putting a sound whipping on Madison Central. This is not the football team, granted, but it's still Madison Central.
Well, forgot about the football season already.
Historically, and Jimmy, you can correct me, I'm sure you will, basketball has not been a real strong point for Madison Central over the years.
You betcha. There have only been, 2 or 3 seasons in the 28-year history of Madison Central where they have finished over 500, and that's
Forte outside.
Well, we can talk at length about that.
Jarashevitz pulls it down. Weiss, three-pointer. And he is a basketball player, make no mistake about
nice
that.
touch.
Yeah, he's being recruited by a couple.
Here comes
Division
Harmon on the reverse.
That is
Trent, rather.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Steal, Trent. Can he stuff it, Phil?
I don't know. I'll tell you that. He doesn't have to stuff it the way with the speed he's exhibiting today, though.
You know, a little over 10 minutes gone, Trent already has 16 points in this game.
Jarashevitz puts it in, and
I'm running out of ink.
I've been negligent in keeping you informed, as this is getting to be a little like street ball. It's 37-16.
Trent has 5 field goals.
I'll tell you, he finishes off the fast break as well as anybody.
There goes a pass. I think Madison might do well to take a timeout here. They're very much confused.
We certainly could use a break from calling the action.
I can't even get a word in here, trying to finish off a story.
Trent up and in, and it's going to be his night tonight, Phil.
He's got 12 points already in 4 minutes of action in second. The Ebb with his 7.
Weiss, nice move to the basket. And you got to kind of feel for this young man, if he had some players around him, what a difference this team could be.
Well, he's playing his game.
Forte's tied up, and they're going to call a foul on.
I think that's Weiss.
Yeah, I think so. Number 23, and it will be on Weiss. We're at 3:50 left in the second period. East Brunswick on top, 39-18.
Oh, Ramon Trent sits down.
A well-deserved rest.
Fatigued out of probably using his arms from shooting.
Brian Forte drawing that foul there, and we talk about speed a lot, but really it's the change of pace a lot of times. If you know when to change that pace, you can draw fouls, you can break away for a basket.
Trent with 19 points, by the way.
Misses the second, 40-18.
That's over his average.
That's the highest for him this year, I believe.
Could be his game high. He's averaging just 10 points a game.
Danino blocked by Taylor, picked up by Weiss, and he's fouled by Taylor. Phil, those are the kind of fouls that Bohannon really is trying to get Dwayne Taylor out of.
He made a good block, came back, and was being aggressive, trying to get a block from behind. But you're right, it's not a good foul. And in a important game situation, you don't want to give up a foul like that. In a game like this, you look the other way.
Weiss hits both of them, 40-20. East Brunswick by 20 with 3:50 to go in the second period. Gershoff with a low move. Puts it back out to Harmon. Harmon throws a lot of legs and arms, but it won't go.
Ooh.
Blocked by Taylor, saved by Gershoff.
What a nice block that
Wire
was.
finally
Another
pulls
block.
it up. Ledowski and Taylor is going to be called.
2 nice blocks
2
by
out of
Dwayne
3.
Taylor. I was impressed by the first one. He really left his mark and was able to get to that ball real quick.
Charleston coming in. Forte will get a rest.
So Taylor picks up two quick fouls here.
At the line is number 31, Troy Gladowski.
And Troy normally a starter, but as we pointed out earlier, Sedan has been playing so well for Madison Central that he's been relegated to the bench.
40-21 the score. Bad pass by Gershoff. Charleston comes away with it though, and he's fouled.
Still not a bonus situation for the Bears. Well, it looks like the player chart that's charting the fouls is not working this evening. So we may have some trouble on keeping track of who's fouling who.
East Brunswick trying to run a set play. Madison Central showing some aggressiveness. Fertig.
Three-pointer.
It's
Will
got
they give it to him?
Nobody raised their arms.
No indication yet. He was outside.
He certainly was. 2 points it is.
Wow.
42-21. 2:30 left in the second period. Inside, a turnaround, more of a chuck than a shot.
Oh, that falls.
Nice follow-up. That's 42. That's Billy Lopez. Harmon inside to Charleston, and foul is going to be on David
Evanowskis.
Evanowskis.
Yeah. All right, that puts East Brunswick into the bonus situation.
And
Charleston's going to go to the line here.
And Forte comes back in the game for Gershoff.
Charleston, left-handed, puts it in. 43-23. East Brunswick hovering around that 20-point lead all night. And makes the second.
Yeah, Bears 4 for 5 from the line so far.
Blocked, and Fertig comes up with it. To Forte, back to Fertig. Nice ball movement.
Nice block by Forte to cause that turnover.
Phil, when we get a moment, I want to mention something, and also, obviously, Jimmy, too, because I think all three of us can associate with this comment and why we have a foul. I want to point out number 15, Dwyer, going to the line for Madison Central. If we can get a shot of his sneakers. You know, we talked today about all the high-priced sneakers. This young man is wearing the old black and white Converse.
All-Star Converse, right?
Right. He might have borrowed them from Bob Cousy, as a matter of fact.
Today of $50, $60 pairs of sneakers, I'm sure that cost him about $9. If that.
Yeah, but didn't help his shot right there.
Dwyer, as we mentioned, is a good three-point shooter. Hasn't lofted any tonight.
Well, the sneakers aren't helping. They're not Cousy sneakers.
2 bricks.
Forte on the drive. Ooh. Won't go. Here's that finger roll, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Dwyer with the black Converse. Won't go. And here we go. East Brunswick on the run. Harmon takes it right down center.
A little shove in the back.
Everyone's pushing and jiving down there as Taylor on the follow-up makes it 48-23 East Brunswick. And Harmon on the foul, a needless foul on Glebkowski.
Well, Harmon picks up his second foul.
We have 1 minute and 1 second remaining here in the second period. East Brunswick pretty much having their way with Madison Central. It's 48-23. Gladkowski will get one more. And does make it. Forte right down center, tipped in by Charleston.
So, Bears have reached the half-century mark in the first half.
Dwyer looking underneath. Taylor finally puts a grip on it.
Boy, this is a tough game.
Tell you one thing, I have to admit, I'm quite disappointed in the crowd. East Brunswick coming in with a very good 10-4 record, leading the GMC Red Division. And people are really missing a great brand of basketball,
Really
something
are.
they've never seen here at East Brunswick.
Yeah.
Taylor puts it in to make it 52 rather, 24.
Well, they've seen great brands of basketball before, but this year they got a veteran team, and they're playing good ball.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that they're taking this game for granted. And I have
Harmon
to say,
on
they
the
may
break.
be right, John. I don't think there was any mystery about a 10-4 club, and East Brunswick certainly is on a roll right now, going up against 2-12 Madison Central. The expectations were that this was not going to be a game, and I have to say they were founded right.
3 seconds,
Oh.
blocked by Taylor, blocked right into our camera almost. 1 second remains. Looking for a little alley-oop, won't go, and that'll do it. So the first half at East Brunswick is over, and the Bears with a comfortable lead, 52-24 over Madison Central.
Yeah, John, I'm going to hold off on giving you statistics. I can tell you that Trent has about 19 points unofficially, but I kind of lost count here. We're going to go to the book and come back at the second half.
Phil, anything?
Well, I expected a tougher game from Madison Central. They had been in most games they played, but the Bears are simply too much for them.
No doubt about that. And we'll be back with the start of the second half in just a moment. And look at these two guys as we get ready to start the second half here from East Brunswick. Excitement plus.
I'll tell you.
Don't worry, they're going to get their share as the season moves along.
Wake up, Jolie. Here we go. East Brunswick starts it off. Inside to Taylor. Taylor makes a power move to the hoop and makes it 54-24, East Brunswick by 30.
If you're interested, Trent was leading scorer with 19. Taylor at 10, Charleston 8, Forte 9, Harmon 2, and Fertig 4 for East Brunswick.
Weiss outside, three-pointer won't go. Jimmy, you're going to have to squeeze him in here, I think.
I think so. I think, well, Phil was wondering what we could talk about. I think probably the major point of interest is going to be whether East Brunswick can hit the century mark tonight. Like I said, they really only have 3 more players to get into the game. Potter's not playing today, Dave Potter. He has a tender ankle, I believe, and is going to rest tonight.
Ball out on East Brunswick, so it'll be Madison Central's ball underneath their own basket. Start of the second half. East Brunswick with a 30-point lead, 54-24. Jaroshevitz puts it in. Forte right downtown, and he's fouled by Saddam.
Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know whether it's the competition that Madison has been playing, but they have left that lane wide open tonight, and East Brunswick has been exploiting it all the way.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the speed again. You get that first step past your man, and you go for it. And East Brunswick has the type of players that can do it.
By the way, I was wrong on a foul. I checked the statistics, the book. Dwayne Taylor only has 1 foul. So
Forte misses the second. And the Spartans will bring it up quickly. Blocked by Taylor.
great block.
Harmon looking down, looks for Forte, a little too quick.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dwayne Taylor is really turning into a shot blocker, isn't he?
Well, that's his 6th of the day, and you know I'm on the Taylor watch here. Giving him 79
But
unofficially.
I just like the way he did it. He just did not go for any fake. And I don't know, Bill Russell had a knack. I don't want to make any comparisons, but Russell had a knack to know when to block the shot. It seems like Dwayne Taylor just knows when to put that hand up.
He does.
The other thing, too, is he's really not leaving his feet. I mean, he
Doesn't
really
have
hasn't.
to, John. 6'7".
Weiss inside of Taylor. Nice move. 55-28 is our score. Phil, I think this is the kind of game where everyone wants the ball.
Oh,
Fertig hits.
What a nice touch this kid Dave Fertig has.
yeah, Carragher gave him a push there, tried to keep him on the outside, and Fertig obliged. Good
Steal by Fertig.
Should
All
take
by himself, and he's fouled. Misses the hoop.
Again, this is that Carragher-Fertig matchup right here.
Fertig dribbling the ball in his right hand and then going up with his right hand. Instead of switching to the left, he would have had the short basket and perhaps the foul too.
He'll go at the line. Misses the first. Score is 57-28. We have 5:51 left here in the third period. And he'll put the Bulge back to 30 points.
Not to ponder this century mark, but East Brunswick did score 99 points last week. Forgot what the game was.
School record.
Against Piscataway. Shot missed. Saddam on the follow-up.
I suspect that the Bears might be willing to trade baskets.
Everyone's saying, give me the ball. Let me see it.
Ooh.
Fertig on a little turnaround.
Ooh.
Yes.
Boy, nice touch.
The Fertig touch.
Good pass from Forte.
John, he's getting some good playing time now, and this could prove valuable when the tournaments start.
Danino trying over Fertig, comes up with his own rebound.
Well, Jimmy, we need to put it in perspective. Before we talked about it being playing time, the fact of the matter is he started today.
Yeah.
So he's a regular.
Yeah. He's huffing and puffing.
Bears with one man too many on the court for a minute.
Forte pulls it down.
Boy.
And he goes right downtown
no
again.
opposition.
Well, I'll tell
inside.
you, people have different things to say about Brian Forte, but I tell you this here. Brian is already accepted to the University of Miami. A lot of players might have said, hey, listen, I'm going out. I don't have to play basketball, or why should I play basketball? He came out here and he's giving it his best, and you got to admire that. He enjoys the game, and I think he has the respect of his teammates for the effort he gives, and there he goes again.
Well, it says also a lot about his competitive spirit.
Right.
I think Brian lost the edge during football season. He really wants to make it back. He's a winner. He wants to be a winner, and to associate himself with this basketball team gives him another opportunity to excel in athletics.
Foul called on Forte. And Mike Reisner will be coming in.
And I tell you, I spoke about
And
Mike
Gershoff.
Reisner. We didn't get to see him at all in that Woodbridge game, surprisingly. But, ladies and gentlemen, number 20, Reisner, Mike Reisner, is a ball player.
Oh, yeah. He's
gonna
do
It's going to be a good one.
Only a sophomore, I believe.
Well, he led that freshman team to the county championship last year. So he can play.
Knocked away by Trent. Gershoff has it. Dishes back to Trent. And he'll lay it up against the glass.
I'll tell you, they're just an unselfish team. They'd rather give up a good pass than make the basket. And that's when you see a team playing like that, you know you're going to go somewhere.
66-30. The Bears by 36. With 3:46 left here in the third period.
So everyone has seen action so far. A lot of time left.
Weiss is fouled by Taylor.
And, Jimmy, you talked about Weiss. He is a good ball player. You said he's going where?
Well, he is being pursued by Division II and Division III teams. Rake says that he's probably not a Division I prospect, but you have to understand, Chris Weiss was just another player last year. Easily one of the most improved players on the team. Well, he's got to be the most improved player on the team. And he's just not a so-so basketball. He's a quality
He's a good
basketball player.
Right?
He hits the first one. A little too much English on the second as Charleston pulls it down to Gershoff. He'll take it himself. One of the few times that he's taken a shot. Won't go, though, and Madison Central will come down on offense.
Ooh. Good move.
Nice move by Weiss. 66-33 is our score with 3:14. East Brunswick way out in front as Trent is fouled.
Well, they're going to call Danino on that foul. It was a little bit of a nick. Nonetheless, Trent's going to go to the line and have an opportunity to score over the 20-point mark. I wonder if he's reached that this year. He's had spurts.
Now, this is the most points Trent has scored this year. I'm sure of that.
Well, what a pleasure it is to call a game between East Brunswick and Madison Central and not mention the name of Ed Walsh.
So true.
And Rahman with that unusual free throw style that he has makes it 68-33 with 3 minutes left, third period. And I think, as someone mentioned here before, the 100 points is what East Brunswick's looking at. There we go, Trenton Gershoff. Gershoff couldn't hold on to it. He does touch it, though. And it goes out. It'll be Madison Central's ball.
Well, I'm surprised Wife's not shooting it.
There he goes, three-pointer. Charleston.
Oh, now Madison substitutes.
Ooh, nice reverse by number 12 who snuck in on us. That's Kevin Willis.
No, that isn't. I don't think that's Kevin Willis, John. That's West Straight.
That's West Straight, number 12.
Right.
Nice move there by Danino. You're right, Phil. That's West Straight. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Boy,
And he
two
hits
quick
again.
buckets.
He's hot.
2 quick buckets.
Better know his name.
And what you're seeing, folks, is just simply the teams trading off right now.
Weiss.
Fatten up the averages.
72-37. It's Gershoff, Reisner, West Straight, Trent, and Charleston for East Brunswick. Good hustle by Carragher. And now wholesale changes for Madison Central.
Yeah, watch Jimmy Carragher this spring. He fashioned an 8-1 record as a baseball pitcher for the championship Spartans. One of the best pitchers in the state. Possible pro prospect there, number 21. You just see him on the edge of your screen there.
And you see number 25 there for Madison Central, Kerry Weishadow, and his father was a great at South River, Ed Weishadow.
I knew you were going to say that, Phil.
And his uncle was a great, John Fulop, played in the backfield with me.
Weishadow.
That's right.
They gravitated to Old Bridge.
I thought we were away from all that stuff. Guess not.
All right, a technical foul has been called, John. It looks like somebody did not report.
Inappropriate reporting.
You know, apparently the officials are taking that seriously. I understand that in the junior varsity game won by East Brunswick 75-68, the Bears had 6 technical fouls called against them. Or actually 3 technical fouls, 6 shots. So it looks like Madison's going to be the recipient of 2 foul shots here.
I think it was West Straight coming in because
Well, they waited sort of late. He scored 2 baskets already.
he kind of snuck in on us and on the officials as well. Carragher hits
You know what
from
I
the
think?
line.
You know what I think it is? I think it may be the number. West Straight has Willis's number in the program.
Exactly.
But,
he was listed as 21 in the program.
And you're right, Lou Cosa at the scorers table has just mentioned the fact that he has the wrong number on. So we get that all straightened out.
What it means is that East Brunswick's ahead by 40, oh boy, 34 points.
72-38. I'll let you do the math. 1:40 left third period. And Dwyer is called for double dribble. Wire, rather.
Well, no starters in, John.
Reisner.
Oh, what form is that, huh?
If he gets hot, watch out.
He's a streak shooter, as is Fertig.
I like this kid.
Boy, sophomore, huh?
Just a sophomore.
Little give and go, won't go. As Trent, look at him, the Groucho Marx dribble.
Somebody's open down here.
There's wide shadow open.
There's Phil's boy.
Oh, and rejected by Trent. And put back in.
By Gladkowski.
Well, don't think just because the starters are out that East Brunswick's going to slow it down.
Well, they have some starters in there.
Reisner won't go this time. Stolen by Trent. Having a little trouble finding the handle, though. Three-pointer, wide shot on the...
I'll tell you.
We're just going to let this happen. It's too tough to call as Reisner pulls up, won't go. And Westrate stepped on the line. "17 seconds remaining, third period. The Bears by 34.
Good move.
Good move. That was Billy Lopez against Trent, number 42. And that'll do it. Third period comes to an end. The Bears on top, 74-42.
Boy, I'll tell you, if you're Bo Henning, I just don't know what you say at this point. You're comfortably ahead. You don't want them to lapse mentally. Injuries are things that you have to be concerned with. Again, all the starters are down. Trent didn't start tonight,
right.
Phil. So he's in there.
Good call. I tell you, you say, what does Bo Henning say? First of all, Bo Henning obviously enjoys coaching this team. We talked about some of the difference between him and Knoppenberger before. Knoppenberger, a lot more intense than Bo Henning, but Bo Henning, Knopp would keep a little bit to himself, and Bo Henning will slap you on the butt coming off the court. A lot more easier with the kids. Knopp cooled out as the years went by, but Bo Henning obviously enjoys this, and he's done a fantastic job.
Well, it'll be interesting. Wednesday night, JFK, his former team, comes into East Brunswick to play.
It should be an interesting
Should be exciting for him.
But the game really is Friday with Perth Amboy coming to town.
Ooh.
A big game for East Brunswick in that GMC red.
Put on your running shoes.
You betcha. You like
Gershoff on the turnover.
Tennis match on Friday night, going the back and forth action we're going to see.
Reisner comes up with it. Nice play by Lopez. Interception. Wire looking. Inside, can't go. Here comes Gershoff. He'll take it himself for two more. 78-42.
And I'll tell you, these guys were off a 21-2 JV team, guys like Gershoff, so they know how to play ball. They're just not out there. They're good ball players.
Well, in defense here, Madison does not have its frontliners out either. So this is really, we're looking at the B squads for each team.
Wow, the official on the past the back line called that one rather than the official right on top of him.
We'll give that as a courtesy call.
Number 21 for East Brunswick then must be Kevin Willis.
Kevin Willis doesn't play anymore, John.
All right.
Okay.
I'm working off an old program here then.
We're going to have to find out who that is. Another steal. It's got to be about the 20th steal this game.
Ooh, the old playground trick. It didn't work.
All right, looks like we have an injury. Gladowski is down.
I hope that ball didn't hit off his finger.
Yeah, he's holding his hand.
And
it's
you
in
know,
obvious pain.
And I'll tell you, if that ball hit off his fingers, I know that feeling. Jimmy, all you have to do.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a knee. An ankle injury.
You see Phil Hostler down.
He's trying to
assist the injured ball player.
Keep that leg mobilized.
Okay.
And I tell you, as you look at Hostler down there, I think Mark Harmon paid him a nice tribute in the really nice story you did, Jimmy. Usually I don't comment on your work, but you did a real nice job on that Mark Harmon story.
Thank
you. And he's talked about how important Phil Hostler was to his recovery, and I think that was a nice touch by Mark.
I do want to make a correction for our fans. My understanding is that Josh Westrate is number 21, and that Andy Raska is number 12.
Bingo.
Okay.
But then, okay, that explains everything else.
So Rest Rate is the one that has 2 buckets in the third quarter.
Okay.
Right, number 21. And
No,
Andy Raska is number 12.
well, number 12 scored those 2 buckets in the third quarter.
Well, this is interesting. They're giving Madison the ball inbounds, and I believe East Brunswick was the one that was, okay, now they've switched. Here we go.
So that's Raska, number 12, with the ball. Now that we got that straightened out, we apologize. That's Raska with it. Push and hits.
Ho, ho.
And look at us smile on that young man.
He'll take it. And it brings them closer. 80 points now. Chance to make it 81. 19 points to the 100 mark.
6:21 remaining in the game.
We don't mean to belabor that, but gosh, what else is there to look for?
It's been that kind of night. Shot. Wire won't go. Reisner to Gershoff. Raska with a nice save. He'll take it again. Won't go this time for him. He's hustle. He's all over the court. There's Fertig outside. Raska all over. Just won't go for him.
He was inside.
I'll tell you, this Kerry Weishattle's different from his dad.
Here comes Fertig on the steal. Oh, won't go on that little rollover. And hit by Saddam.
I say when I say Weishattle's different from his dad would have put that up. He was a gunner. He would have put it up quickly.
And we're going to have a foul here.
All right, it looks like the Bears will now go to the line. So that's Raska. I have no idea who that foul was on.
Number 30.
Okay.
That's Dave Ivanauskis.
Ivanauskis.
(81-44) with 5:17 left. And Jim, as you said, the only thing remaining is can East Brunswick get to 100? They were up to 99 against Piscataway 2 weeks ago.
East Brunswick content to play a zone. Let Madison shoot from the outside.
Ooh, a little pushing and shoving going on. Nothing intentional as Lopez hits the floor hard.
I guess Gershoff gets that foul. He has 3 now. And I guess the longer these reserves play, they have to be wary of foul trouble.
Wire from outside. Fertig with the rebound. Here we go on the break. Gershoff
How unselfish. Wow.
to Reisner, tapped in by Raska.
I'll tell you, Gershoff out on the wing had a clear drive to the basket, passed it all the way across court just to be unselfish. You got to like that.
And again, I think East Brunswick's just getting ready to break.
Wire with a three-pointer, 84-47. They want Reisner to touch it. He does. A little cold now. Saddam looking for some help underneath. Has to pull it out. Saddam in and out.
Lopez.
Gershoff quickly to Westrate. And he rolls over
What is he going to call on that?
Ivanauski. Westrate on a charge.
Basket fell in. I thought if it was going to be a a foul on Madison, the basket would have counted.
While we have a moment, I want to send congratulations from all of us here to Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger, whose wife gave birth Thursday to a baby girl.
Wow.
So to Frank and his wife, we wish them all the best. There's a nice pass underneath. The Raska won't go. And I know Frank is the proud father. We haven't seen any cigars yet, but Wire.
That's his third three-pointer this
No,
quarter.
they won't give it to him. No
No.
sign yet.
He's heating up.
He had a foot inside the line, I would
Okay.
imagine. 84-55 is their score. Gershoff.
Well, the Bears are cold now.
We have 3:25 left in the game. Reisner pulls it through, keeps it in play.
3.
Fertig, no. Westrate, they pull it
Look
back
at
out.
this.
Everybody's trying to get the threes.
Oh, gosh.
Almost stolen by Lopez.
Oh, he's over.
Oh, he's all over.
Well, I tell you.
That'll be a 1-on-1.
So with 3:05 left, Fertig will go to the line.
Yeah, Fertig's been nailed a couple of times tonight. But he's a player.
Yeah, like you said before, when he gets hot, he's their three-point man. Lopez blocked by Raska. You gotta like the hustle on this young man. Reisner.
Whoa, that's a
Ooh.
backcourt. Mike lost a sense of where he was. Well, they may review the tape of this game and learn a couple things.
Outside shot won't go. Oh, and Lopez is hammered by Raska.
And I tell you, with the East Brunswick basketball program going so well, if you look over there in the blue sweater in the corner, I believe that's Doug Ty. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jimmy, was he not the first?
No, John Emery was.
John Emery was the
Yeah.
first basketball coach for
Dud was an assistant for many years with
Yes.
John.
JV coach.
Dud took over the program.
Okay.
But John Emery's here and Ty. John working the scorers table. John was the first head coach here at East Brunswick. He coached a young man by the name of Dave Wall, who went on to college and then the pros.
What a
University
good
of
one.
Pennsylvania, and played for the Sixers
And the Lakers.
and the Lakers and the Clippers and other teams. I will tell you one thing about Dud Ty. He is the first and only spring track coach that East
That's
Brunswick
right.
has ever had.
Is that right?
Quite a distinction.
And what a record he has. Lopez blocked by Fertig.
Here we go.
Gershoff. 2:10 left in the game.
Boy, Lopez is really aggressive.
Reisner by himself hits 88-56.
I tell you, the future looks bright for the Bears. They're going to lose a lot of their varsity players, but they got some good young players.
3 points.
Ivanowski with a three-pointer. Inside 2 minutes, Raska. Westrate having a little trouble finding it.
It's too easy.
No, Westrate thinking about that misplay there.
Saddam, no good. Westrate with the rebound to Gershoff. 132. Gershoff will go himself, except the ball won't go in. Wire, nice pass down court. And I'll tell you what, Madison Central may be down by a bundle, but these kids are
They're
hustling.
playing hard.
Raska at the line, finally rolls in.
Touch.
90-59, 109 left.
8 points for Andy in this fourth quarter. Nice showing.
And a foul's gonna be called on Gershoff.
Well, anytime you reach around like that, that foul's got to be called.
Now, Raska's a sophomore also, okay? So Reisner and Raska, as you see on the court, are sophomores. Westrate is a junior. Gershoff's a junior. And Ferdig's a junior.
Lopez on the follow-up. 58 seconds and counting now. remaining in the game. East Brunswick 90-61. Reisner forcing one. Raska.
Ooh.
And some valuable playing time for that young man. 40 seconds. Stolen by Raska. It's been his quarter.
Oh, yes!
Will it go? Yes, it does.
He'll take it.
94-61, and he'll go to the line.
And 12 points for Andy in this quarter.
Well, we said it before, and you got to be pleased with these young Bears. Again, some of the players are from that championship freshman team, county championship freshman team, and then the JV team was an outstanding team. And you're seeing some of these ball players right now putting on a good show.
All right, somebody was in the lane there, so Raska will be denied chance for the free throw. I guess that's the rule now. You step in the lane, then you don't wait.
Shot by Saddam. 20 seconds. Reisner on the move.
Oh.
And it'll go to Madison Central. I think that will snuff out all hopes of East Brunswick hitting the century mark tonight.
Still in all, 90 points plus in a high school game these days is really something.
Why shadow?
Oh, there you go,
hey,
Phil.
Some of that South River coming through, I tell you.
Stolen by Lopez at the buzzer. It'll go. And the final here from East Brunswick High School, the Bears 94, Madison Central 66.
Again, I cannot contribute anything in the way of scoring except to say that Ramon Trent was the leading scorer for the Bears with 23 points. That's his high on the year. But by and large, East Brunswick rested its regulars after the first half. You had a 52-24 lead at that time. Game was pretty much over. Really just an exercise in exercise tonight is what I call this game.
Well, it gives everyone a chance to play, which is important for East Brunswick, as Phil mentioned earlier. You know, JFK is Wednesday. They should not pose much of a problem for East Brunswick, but you never know in this game. More importantly, come Friday is the game against Perth Amboy. And if nothing else, East Brunswick is in a groove, and they're really going to need that coming down the stretch here.
Well, they're going to be tested well against that Perth Amboy team. As I said, emotional game for Bo Henning going up against his old coaching buddies at JFK. But Perth Amboy, the game Friday is the game.
All right, and we'll be back this week with the JFK game on Wednesday, and then the big one from East Brunswick against Perth Amboy on Friday. So for Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying good night, and thanks for being with us.